All right, I'm looking at another Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with punch. Let's see, can we do C-O-N? And, oh, man, it'd be nice to do the H, really, but, or maybe we could do a C-U-N? Not thinking of anything great there. C-O-N, C-A-N. If we did the H, we'd have to have like an S-H. That's not gonna work. You know, there's a bunch of things with a C-H. Conch and cinch. Okay, so I think it's gonna be hard to make the C be true. Oh, well, we could do tunic. Tunic, yeah, there we go. Okay, put the C at the end. Well, one of the N's is a lie, so there's no U, and there's definitely a C, yeah. Is there something else like this? Panic. Yeah, we can do panic. We can do panic. Thought that was gonna be it. I thought that was gonna be, okay, one of the N's is a lie, so the I's and the C's are definitely true. And punch and panic, one of the N's is a lie, so the P is definitely not true. So if it's this, if the N were third, we'd have to have the A at the beginning, and we'd have to have an H. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. The green N has to be the lie. Now, does that mean that there's an N somewhere else? But then you'd have to have the A here. And that's not gonna work. Or the N there, A-N? Antic? Antic would work. Okay. Well, panic and antic, one of the A's is a lie, one of the N's is a lie, everything else is true. So there's either N, I-C, and an A first or third, which, I mean, with this, it has to be the T. It has to be the T, and it can't be the T. The T, there's no T, which means the yellow N is the lie, which means the gray N is the truth. This is the lie. This is a lie. This is true. Okay. So all we have is the IC. The IC and new letters, and we are gonna do what? Sonic. No, logic. 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 You won. It was logic. All I had to do was use logic. The puzzle told me just use logic. All right. Well, it's important not to panic if your antics aren't working, or if the puzzle's antics are working, I guess. The lying puzzle's antics are working. Just use some logic to get to the answer. So there you go. Got it in 4 today. Not too bad. Let me know how your solve went. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.